welcome to this episode on my App Tutor TV. This week we're going to be looking at how to draw a fashion design croquis using the pen tool in Illustrator Creative Cloud. Now this will hopefully be what we're going to draw. As you can see, it's made up of several different paths. There's one here and here and so on and so forth, and I'll show you how we construct this whole element using the pen tool. Well, first things first, let's open up a brand new document. If you haven't got one open already, simply go up to File and select New and create yourself a square canvas as we've got here. The next thing we need to do is we need to bring in a template to use as our background, or what we're going to essentially draw. Now you could try drawing it freehand as it is here, but it's a hell of a lot easier to use a template or a backdrop to be able to copy from. This is how we're going to do it. Let's go up to File, go down to Place. Now we're going to choose this female croquis PNG I've got here, and what I need to do is I need to click on Template here. I'm going to ignore the one that says Link. When I select Template and click Place, it places it in the document. It creates a new layer for us, layer 1 here, and the layer there that's come in on, as you can see here, has been locked, so I can't select it. It's unselectable, and also dims it to 50% of its actual transparency value. So let's have a look at what we're going to do first. Let me come back to the finished article here. As you can see, well, we're going to draw the leg all from under the left armpit all the way down, including the foot, all up into the crotch area here. So let's come to the drawing here. I'm going to select the pen tool, and then I'm going to ensure that I have layer 1 selected here, and then I'm going to start drawing. So I'm going to click in here, and then I'm going to make sure I start bending my curves. Now I get a lot of people asking me, oh, I don't really know where to start drawing the curve from. Well, as you can see here, well, it's messed it up a bit. I'm just going to press Ctrl Z, and I'm just going to zoom in here so you can see what I'm on about. I'm going to use the space bar to turn my cursor into the hand tool here and just move it down to the position I want, and then let go. Now, because this curve is going in this direction here, sort of a convex curve, and then I need to come into a concave curve here, essentially what's happened is the curve has changed direction. Now if I was to carry on drawing from this point here, you see, well, I can't do it correctly. So what I need to do, just press Ctrl Z, is I need to come up to the previous anchor point, and you'll see my cursor turns to this cursor with the inverted V on it. Clicking on it then will allow me to change the direction of my curve. Once again, I'll need to do it here, so Ctrl Z, come back to this point here, click on the anchor point, and just work your way around your model. Once again, I'm going to use the hand tool, pressing the space bar to move the canvas, and then go all the way up into the crotch area here. I'm just going to quickly show you on the drawing here. I went up a little bit further into the crotch to create this V here. So if I come back to here, I want to just come up to this area here, just about there, and I'll just finish it off there. And let's have a look at what we've got here. Just Control minus on your keyboard to zoom out a bit. Well, I've got a bit of a kink, I suppose, in our template here, but we can fix that afterwards. Let's carry on with the remainder of our template. So look at the next part we're going to do. Well, it's this piece here. I start underneath the leg here and carry on drawing up here. Now what you've got to remember now is that if I start drawing over this, because I have the fill selected here as the color white, it will start drawing that and covering up our previous drawings. What we need to ensure is that with the fill selected on top here, we come down to the none element here, and it ensures that we don't have a fill, so it won't sort of overlap. And I'm just going to use Control Plus to zoom in here, get my pen tool again, and place it on the path. It won't link it up in any way, but what it'll do, it'll allow me to make sure that this will be completely hidden, then come down and start. I'm just going to Control minus to come out here a bit. Let's just try that again. Remember, once again, I need to click on the anchor point here because I'm changing direction. And again, you think I'd learn? Now this is a strange little piece here, because what we've got is the knee, and it makes a slight sort of convex curve here to signify the knee. You can see it just starting about here and going to there, so we need to ensure that we click on the previous anchor point, change the direction of it ever so slightly, and then once again I'm going to click on the anchor point again, go all the way up to about here, I think. In fact, I'm going to go all the way up to the top of this, and then I'm changing direction again, so like so. And if we looked in here, you'll see that, well, I actually finish under the breast here. So let's come back here, and as you can see, I've just finished there, and that'll do us for that piece. So we're doing well so far. The next piece I need to construct is the arm. So let's go and do the right hand arm here. And if we look here at the drawing, well, I started by the head, I do the shoulders, and I finish off at the crease and the elbow. So let's go back, just move it down here, get your pen tool and come up to this point here. Let's click on the anchor point. Okay, we finished that bit. Let's have a look at where we're going to go next. So you can see that the next bit actually incorporates the remainder of the arm, including the forefinger, thumb, all the way up into the armpit. So let's come back to our image here, then ensure that we center our image on the screen here. Let's get our pen tool and let's go again. So I'm changing direction here, so let's click on the anchor point. Around we go. Now I'm just going to zoom in as much as I can here and move to the point here, because I want to make sure that this next point isn't too pointy, and I can do that by just clicking on it here, and it basically lets me start off from scratch. Now I want to change direction. Well, no, I actually want to do what it was doing there, so now I need to change direction. Zoom out now, coming all the way to this point here. In fact, it wants to curve in a bit before it starts coming out, so I could probably have gone all the way up into the armpit with this one. This we need to move that a little bit higher up, as you can see here, but we'll do that in due course. So that's that arm done. Let's just move our canvas over and see what we've got to do next. Well, we do the lower part of the arm, the tops of the hand, as we can see here, and the first forefinger once again. So it's from underneath the armpit, so let's grab our pen tool, let's go from this position here, just zoom in on this bit here so we can get it right, and basically we're creating the knuckles and this finger here. So I'm going to change direction. These probably all need moving over a bit, but we can do that in due course. Great, we've got to that point there. Now let's look at what else we've got to do. So now we do the thumb. Or actually, from the top of the thumb here, if we just zoom in on this bit as well, so we can see exactly how this was drawn. Well, actually, it's just the top of the thumb and down into the crease of the elbow again. So it's from this point here, including the thumb. So let's ensure that we're creating a new path here. So we come from this point here, and then all the way down into the armpit, and then the next bit is to do this part of the jaw and into this part of the arm. So I'm actually going to start here. Oh, let's ensure now that we're starting a new path. In fact, I think I'd like to start a new line here. There you go. And then we need to finish off the head here, which is a new path in itself. So let's choose the pen tool, and as you can see, it has this oval shape up here. It comes down into a bit of a teardrop, very egg-shaped. I'm going to use the sort of the point of the chin about here. That'll do us there. We can do the ear. So let's do the ear quickly. In fact, we probably need to come in here. I finished off the last few bits and bobs, which is the breast sort of curves, which go from this point here to about here, I'd say. That's one. And the other one probably just under here, like so. Let's zoom out to see what we've got. There's just a few bits and bobs that need completing, which is the fingers, the other little thing V we have here from the crotch area, which goes to about there, like so. Let's just finish off the fingers here. So let's Control plus to move in. Like so, and the fingers up in this area here. Let's just finish it all off. So from here, there's a few refinements that need doing, so let's just deal with this one down here so I can show you how to do it once, and then you can fiddle around with the remainder of your image to get it exactly how you want. So it's just a matter of refining this particular area here. As you can see, well, I just need to fiddle around with the various anchor points to ensure that we get this nice and smooth. There's this anchor point here that we need to deal with. We can maybe turn this into a smooth anchor point so that that's a lot better. And I think the last bit was we just needed to move the elbow joint here. Let's just move it up here to this position here. It creates a bit of a kink, but we can just play around with the handles here to change that. And let's just zoom out by pressing Control 0 to the full extent, and there you go. There is our croquis. The last thing you need to do is select it all. Ensure it's all selected. Select Object, Group, and then you've got your group, which you can change in here to Croquis, and there is your croquis in Illustrator Creative Cloud.